Yo guys, what's up? Welcome to a new episode of Road to Pro. Today episode 4 in series we upload every week that will explain you guys the best tips and tricks from the newest cup so you can place better in competitive Fortnite and get your first earnings. And let's get straight into it. Today we watch what view of Malibuca and ThomasHD. They made 2 back-to-back wins, which is pretty impressive. And we'll hop into the first game and see what they did in order to win the game. So I thought about uploading these videos now in English so more people can see the video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Is German language better, as I did before, or English language? I think when I do it in English, more people can watch, so that's pretty good for you. And many people also wish the videos to be on English, so I'll just give it a shot and see whatever is better so I can decide for the future. But we will instantly start with the what view. So guys, you can see there's not so much cutted, it's just real talk. I'll give you all my thoughts, what I think, why Malibuca and ThomasHD in this example did the moves they did. And I think I can help you pretty good with my experience. And also I already called grants, guys, in only 2 weeks of FNCS. So that's pretty good. So I think you guys can trust me in what I say. So let's look at the early game first. Basically the most important part, because in FNCS you should play really a lot of endgames. You should play at least 6 endgames in opens and also in semis. So you can't basically can't die off spawn. And yeah, Malibuca, they land still at this spot. Yeah, at the split drop. So early game, I mean, you guys need to have your own spots and you guys need to do a drop map and loot routes. That's just the work you need to do if you want to place. No one will help you with that. Okay, yeah, they get a free kill. This guy is so split. That's a lot of times you can do it in off spawn. When you see a duo is split, maybe at split drops. And there's only one, you can insta push them, as Malibuca did right now. So that was pretty free. And okay, they actually get 2 katanas. That's pretty lucky, but I think they have no katana spawns, but they got one from Holo chest. So if you have no katanas in early game, you can always look in the mid game to which Holo chest you can rotate nearby. Because oftentimes there are purple katanas in the Holo chests. So you can buy them with 1 key, that's pretty effective. Because especially now, if in case you didn't know, the moving zones are now more far, so they have a higher distance and they are shorter. So you need to rotate more meters in moving zones. So katanas are even more essential now than before. Because if you have no katanas, you need to run all the way and then waste all your mats. Okay, yeah, they pick up the second item. That was pretty basic. He dances. Okay. So you can see they did pretty good early game. Now they rotate, I think, to this house for metal. Yeah, exactly. You should always look in early game to get cap mats. Because if you don't go into endgame with cap mats and katanas, or the Spider-Man item, the ODMR, or OMR, I don't know the name to be honest, then basically your endgame is already over. In case you don't get the refresh or anything special like this. So make sure to get cap metal. I often see people only farm to like 300 metal, and trust me guys, it's such a waste. Because in the end, these 200 mats, you didn't farm because you were lazy or something else, can help you a lot in endgame. It can be the few extra boxes which can lead you get a refresh and then win the game, for example. Okay, so I think I will just skip this part to be honest. There's nothing to learn from. Nothing to learn from. We can look at their position. You guys can see they are not on edge in the first zones. Oh, my shit is so slow. You guys can see they're pretty central, and I think that's better in the early game zones, especially if you don't need so much search. I believe in opens, there's not so much search, to be honest. Most of the times only in later zones. Because you see, in center, it's actually less congested than on edge side. If you look here on edge, there's so many people which can hold you. And they are center, and with these zones, they will probably pull next zone. So as you can see, ThomasHD is looking for some surge, but obviously, I mean, he won't get that much here in this position. But you can see they pulled next zone. They're basically... Okay, actually, they're not that center because they need surge too. Because you can see here, he has good position because you can see all the line of sights. You should always make sure to box where you can see most of the map. So he has angles to all this, to here, and then to the ice area, of course. But to be honest, I mean, they made 2 early game kills. Especially when you have early kills, you don't need to go so much for surge. You should rather rotate and quick in zone. But I mean, their position is good anyways. It does not benefit them so much if they go more in. So I guess they just stay. But the interesting part will be the end game. I think there you can guys learn the most. Because in end game, all the placement core points come in. So look, next zone actually pulls far, but they rotate kinda early. You see it till still 17 seconds left till zone moves. And because they were center before the zone, they can rotate now early, and they are ahead of all the people here. You see they are still stuck on edge. They can't really catch up to them. And actually in this sort of zone, they're pretty edge. I mean, if you look at this zone, guys, it's pretty obvious that will pull up probably. So it could be better for Thomas Malibuca to already rotate more in. But in this scenario, they have the house, so they can refarm. So that's also... It's also a positive thing for this position, I mean. But now, because they were on edge, you see all the teams can basically catch up. And next rotation will be harder for them, because now they are in between all the people. And yeah, okay, zone pulse. Okay, actually, I did bad call. Did I set the zone pulse up? Because this is the 50-50 zone. It's the 6th zone. You guys should keep in mind the 6th zone always goes to the edge. That's probably also the reason why Malibuca sat there. That was a miscall for me. So 6th zone is probably better to stay on edge then. Okay, let's see where they position now in this zone. That's kind of interesting. I can tell you guys, if you look at this zone, this side will open, so this here will be dead sides in every 6th zone. And you can use that to go that side and farm mats there, for example. And you see, Malibuca them, they waited here for zone to open up. So now the zone opens up. They katana right into that side. Or kinda to that side. I mean, they could go up like the hill, for example, and then they have high ground. But I guess they don't want to. Because see, everyone's here, and this is the part which was in zone, and no one is here. In other games, you can maybe farm mats here, for example. I mean, in this zone, there are not many materials to refarm. But it can be worth it, 100%. And you see, the zone pulls into that side. And Malibuca knows there's that side, so they instant katana because they know no one will be boxed in zone. Because this was that side, the zone before. You can see everyone's legit on the left side. So they know the zone is free, so they can instant katana. They don't need to worry about any teams camping in zone. I mean, of course, there could be teams, but you see there's legit 0 teams. They can even farm these bricks here. And this is also interesting to the position. You see, they were here already in zone, but they decided to go up the hill. So if you see that the terrain in the zone is with hills and whatever, with hills, yeah, with hills, basically that's it. You should always position yourself on a high layer in case the next one pulls up the hill. You're already at an advantage. Let's say Malibuca box up here below. Here below, like there at the brick, and they refarm, you think it's good. But then moving zone pulls like up the hill, they're so fucked because they need to go all up this hill. And later there will be people box up everywhere here, so they can hold them. So it's really good from them that they went more into zone just to get up the hill, because now they have priority to the hill and can katana up instantly, basically. Also, okay, they actually katana to the house now. Because they saw the house opened up in zone, so basically no one is here. They can refarm their mats. Because with the more mats you go into endgame, you need to get less refreshers. So then you have less risks in your game basically, and you can stay more consistent. You see, they don't even build because they know this basically the dead side of this zone again. It's the same principle as the last zone I explained. You can see again, everyone is here because this side was the side in zone. So basically no one is here. Yeah, this is kind of dangerous because the zone pulls to everyone. Basically everyone can hold them. Let's see how they master it. Okay, they just sneak up. It's pretty easy rotation, to be honest. Because now the hill basically gives them cover. So you should always rotate where you have natural cover. For example, with hills or also trees or rivers, you can use as cover. Let's say they went left side. Look, he has everything opened and they were more likely to create lobby spread. Now they want to sneak on high ground. I mean, at this point, they could just walk in zone probably the whole time. They're kinda greedy for the kills. Actually, they don't even kill them. I mean, they want to catch them off guard, but yeah, it doesn't really work. And this, I mean, this is kind of risky. They don't really need it, so guys, to be honest. You should not look for kills when you have enough mats and enough heals. You can see Malibuca 2 slurps, 4 chucks. And ThomasHD the same, 2 slurps, 2 bigs, and still 1.44 mats, 1.45k. So that's a lot. They should not take any risk, look for a kill, and then die before they get placement points. Because then you waste 20 minutes of the game after the tournament. That's pretty shit. Okay, let's see what they do in moving zone in order to win the game. They actually get a kill. Oh no, they don't get a kill. They see loot. Ah, okay, that's... Oh, no awareness on Malibuca. Okay, the kill now was kind of lucky, to be honest. But, I mean, it happens, yeah. But they still win the game, guys. I mean, they have a really good position if you see at the loot, but there are probably other teams with same loot. Or maybe you watching there, you would choke this game with cap mats. Think of how many times you went with cap mats in moving zone and then did not win the game. They actually look up for high ground. You know why they looked up for high ground? Because remember, a few seconds earlier, they got the loot from the guy who were on the hill. So basically, they got the loot from the high ground team, so they know there's no team which wants to play high ground. So they go for it. And you can see it's actually only a solo. It's exactly the teammate from the guy which they got their loot from, or the refresh. So they notice this was team on high ground, so high ground is now free. There's only the solo. Now they can crank up. I mean, guys, to be honest, in your case, I can't really recommend high ground this season. It's kinda scuffed. Especially in early moving zones. I mean, a lot of people can katana up and shit. But when the zones are like in hills, so a lot of mountains are in zone, high ground can be pretty good because then you're up, you see. You see they can go so high up and then they can connect now to the mountain. So basically no one can katana up. If you're ever on high ground, guys, trust me, go up so many layers. You can never be high enough, basically. That's what all pro player does. You probably saw it already. Everyone goes up million of layers. But only go up so much if you have like katana where you can then get your fall damage away. In case someone sprays you down. Or you can also have glider redeploy or the Spider-Man tool. Okay, so that's actually pretty simple for now on. Let's see if someone contests on high ground. Look, you see, Malibuca, he builds more ramps up. Because especially when a new moving zone announced, guys, you need to realize when you're on high ground and a new moving zone announces. So basically in this transition phase where everyone needs to rotate and look at the new zone, a lot of people will katana, and this is then also the time when people go for high ground. So when new moving zone announced, you need to watch out a lot for people going for high ground. Because then it's like the hot time when people go. Because everyone katanas, and when it's the opportunity, they will go. I mean, Malibuca is so high, no one can really katana up. You look at them, they're all too short. And yeah, look, Malibuca stays up. Because in case they get disconnected, they can just reconnect in zone. And now they have the heal off, that's pretty good. ThomasHD actually goes down to Fag now. I mean, you should always give all your heal to one mate, and then the other one can get kills. But if you're not like the best W keyer as ThomasHD, so you're probably not, then it can be better to stay up with your teammates and wait longer for heal off. Because when one of you drops down and then insta dies, see it's 11 seconds till zone, and before it was like 15 seconds. Then the other one is solo on high, so it could go wrong, and he might get pushed or some stuff. I mean, ThomasHD is just the best player. But now he dies, but that's fine because it's only 5 seconds. But let's say you are, for example, at mid ground. I think you should rather tap for your teammates till the end of the moving zone instead of going for kills. I think that's way easier. Because when the guy who has all the heal taps, then it's more risky as someone jumps in from the side. So always the guy who doesn't have the heal off should tap for his teammate, basically. To moving zone. I mean, yeah, now Malibuca just wants heal off with Pizza Perk. But I mean, right now in this week of Iron Test, the 3rd week, heal off won't be that big because of the new update. And as I said, the moving zones became longer. So that will be interesting how it plays out this week. I mean, yeah, okay, Malibuca has everything because of the Pizza Perk. Obviously, the Pizza Perk is not in-game any longer. But I can still recommend you guys go for these slurps in mid-game. You know, these airdrops, they go down in 3rd zone. Should always go for them. And yeah, they just win the game from here, and that's pretty easy. Pretty easy shit. Okay, guys, I hope you could learn something. Let me know in the comments if you liked the episode. Let me know if I should do more episodes in English. This one was a bit short. Next one will probably be a bit long again. I'm kind of short in time right now in real life. So yeah, make sure to leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe, and I see you guys in the next week. Good luck in FNCS. I hope you guys all cool, and yeah.